There we go. Welcome to another channel. My name is John, and tonight I've been joined by Arsenal supporter Ollie. How are you doing, my friend? You good? Ollie, can you hear us? Oh, just got me volume, I think. 2 seconds. Ollie, can you hear us? Kind of thing. Oh, hang on. Hey, Ollie.
Yeah.
Can you hear us, mate? Can you hear us?
I can hear you fine, yes.
Great. Right, if I start again, and welcome to another channel. My name is John Sinclair, and tonight I'm going to speak to a Arsenal fan by the name of Ollie, AFC. And Ollie, good evening to you, my friend.
Good evening. Hi, John.
How are you doing? You good?
Yeah. All things considered, yeah. Thanks, mate. How about you?
Mate, I'm absolutely canny. I mean, I've only started this for about a month on this chat, and basically downloaded StreamYard, and I thought it did really, really well, sort of thing. So I thought I'd try it out, and it's been a success for me in a minute. And I've got a couple hundred subscribers at this moment, and I'm hoping to get some more, and hopefully it's going to be fun in games. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. And how's things with you?
Yeah, good. Arsenal are doing all right, so I can't complain.
Good for you, mate. Good for you. I was going to say, the reason I got you on, and thanks for coming on anyway, but before I go on, if people, I hope you like my channel, if you please subscribe, and also put the likes up as well, and leave comments in the section down below. And I've got a first one for Liam, and he's a Newcastle fan, and he's got a question for you. We will treat Arsenal like it is the 2003-2004 season, when you went for the whole season without losing the game. So
yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Good, but I mean, you can't live in the past too much. What annoys me is whenever we lose, and I'm sure you follow Newcastle's official Instagram and whatnot, but we just recycle the same old videos of Henry and Bergkamp and Fabregas, and it's about time we used our youngsters and made some new memories. That's what I would say.
Absolutely. I mean, I hope one of these days you might win the league, but I think it's going to be quite a while before you win it again, if I'm honest with you, unfortunately, because I don't think you've got the chance to do it. And you're not going to see players like Granit Xhaka is going to lift the title and trophy, or Aubameyang lift the trophy to the Premier League anytime soon, because you still got to need a couple of players away to win the league. So, yeah, I see what you mean. So, I was going to say, I just want to talk about your season so far, and obviously it's been a bit mixed, and off late, Arteta has turned the corner within the 3 games and drawn 4 in a row. So, do you think he's turning the corner, and are you standing by him?
Yeah. The problems are deeper than Arteta. We've cycled managers since Wenger. We're going through that transition stage. I don't actually think Emery was that bad a manager. Ljungberg was untested. I think Arteta's good. You can see he knows what he's doing. He's creative. He tries different things. He's willing to experiment. I don't think we'll win anything for years to come. I think it's a long-term rebuild project, 3-4 years minimum. We're not Chelsea. We haven't got 300 million, which we can just spend tomorrow, sack a manager every year. We're not that kind of a club. There's similarities between Newcastle and Arsenal a little bit, in that we do live in our pasts. When I think of Newcastle, I don't think of Joe Linton. I think of Shearer, you know. I'm thinking way back. And I think you need something now. You need something modern.
Yeah, I totally agree. You just got to move on, sort of thing, move on to pastures new, sort of thing. Like, as a Newcastle fan, we're never going to win the league. We just mentioned Joe Linton there, and it cost us £40 million, and he's absolutely hopeless. He's only scored 3 goals in 55 games. And the thing is, we get Newcastle fans saying on Twitter, there's a player in there, right? But he hasn't shown it. I mean, he's weak. I mean, his first touch is absolutely atrocious. I've tried to stand up for him, but I just cannot do it anymore because the guy ain't going to win this game because he's not good enough. And for £40 million, it's a lot of money. And I never heard of him. I didn't know his track record sort of thing. Oh, I know he used to play in Austria for a couple of years. Then he played for Hoffenheim and scored something like 7 goals. I think it's 11 goals in total. And when Newcastle offered £40 million, they could not believe their eyes. They just been thinking that the Deutsche Banks, you know? I mean, we got absolutely fleeced paying that sort of money. And they've done that because Rafa Benitez didn't want the player. Mike Ashley did. So Ashley basically put 2 fingers up at Rafa Benitez and told him, we can compete. So where's the money for the guy? And I just hope he doesn't play for Newcastle again because I just don't think he's good enough. What's your take on this?
He's not. But would you say you were using him properly? I can't remember if I don't know much about Joel Linton, but I think prior to Newcastle, wasn't he a winger? Didn't you use him out on the wing and then you started to use him up front?
Yeah, he did. I mean, well, he used to play in a wing, left side of the winger, a front like a left-sided winger for Hoffenheim, and our scouting network at Newcastle is absolutely hopeless. They never done it properly, so they think, you know what, we're going to buy him and use him as a striker, but they got it absolutely wrong there. So, for me, he might be coached well under Nagelsmann. Now he's a Leipzig manager, but when he came to Newcastle, he's absolutely hopeless. He really is. And yeah, I prepared to give him a chance, and he's not good enough. But we use him now as a 10. Sometimes on the left-hand side, he used to play on the number 10, play up front, and it's absolutely no good at all. He's absolutely poor. He really is. Yeah,
he's not someone that we would fear. Do you see what I mean? And even Andy Carroll, we would fear him. Maybe some Maximan, but not Joel Linton. I'd be happy to see Joel Linton on the pitch.
I knew you'd say that.
Play 11 Joel Lintons.
If he plays on Monday, that sort of thing, I must just get up and just switch the TV off because this guy ain't going to do bits of or whatsoever. I've got some comments here from Liam, Newcastle fan. Hi, Liam. Talking of living in the past, not saying you do, but a lot of your fans do like Aston Villa fans and Nottingham Forest fans do. Yeah,
we do. The big thing that we cling to is we've won some trophies recently. It's the FA Cup. But it keeps us going. But we've had barren times. Trust me, we've been really low this year. And as I said, we're sick of living in the past. You can put as many trophies outside the Emirates as you want, but it's not going to change anything.
Totally agree. Like you said, it's going to take years to win the league, sort of thing, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I think you need maybe a couple of defenders, sort of thing. But he's going to be a big miss on Monday. He's a quality player, him. And Kieran Tierney, another player who I've been very impressed with. You guys, I tell you something, he's going to be out. He's out as well. Apparently, he's injured as well, I think. So he'd definitely be out by the looks of this.
Yeah, doesn't look good. He had a muscle injury and he's gone for a scan. So I'm not sure they'll risk him.
I was going to say, I've got a question from Geordie's asking the questions. Do you also regret getting rid of Wenger?
No. We wanted change. It was too long. It got stale. It's time to move on. You can't live in the past like that. Yeah. I don't think we do. No. He's offered to come back recently. I don't know in what shape or form, or maybe he would just be a ghost that haunts the dressing room.
Hello? Oh, it's just got off on us in a minute, but we're going to try and get him back. I don't know what's on his connector, so I'll try and get him back in a minute. So, yeah, I mean, on Wenger sort of thing, he's been at a 22 year, and he decided to shift on, sort of thing, you know, which is a shame because he's done great things at Arsenal, and it's just, yeah, he's going to come back in 2 minutes, and hopefully we get some quick answers regarding Arsene Wenger. So he's going to get his computer restarted, and hopefully he'll come back soon. So I just missed out Liam's question as well, and Joe Linton's better off going to League One or something like that. I think that'd be his job as well, to be quite honest with you, you know what I mean? So, yeah, like I said, the guy is absolutely hopeless, and he is just absolutely not good enough for me. I'm sorry, but £40 million for the lad? Nah, not for me, and I've always said that. And Gunnar Rich, how are you doing? Looking forward to coming to your channel on Monday. So, and just left us a comment here and saying that Joe Linton sound as bad as Pepe, but we pay £72 million for him. Listen, out of the two, I'd rather take Pepe, to be honest with you. At least he tries, but Joe Linton doesn't. I think he's absolutely hopeless. And Liam, again, said, I wanted Danny Ings before he got Joe Linton, but he would have cost £40 million. But at the end of the day, he's still a better player. He's levels above Joe Linton. And Liam, again, turned out to be the Liam show at the minute. Listen, keep chatting to us, Lee. Listen, the Premier League is turning into La Liga. If Man City don't win the league, Liverpool will. Like, if Barcelona don't win the league, Real Madrid does. Would you believe that? Would you believe that? Got a telephone call. This is 2 seconds. Ah, baby, how's? Yeah, can I ring you back in half an hour? Are you going to be in half an hour because I'm on the show? All right. I'll see you in a bit. Yes, so. Sorry about that. That was it's Kelly there. Yeah, so yeah, the Premier League is all about the top 6 clubs, sort of thing, if you know what I mean, which is absolutely turning to La Liga, sort of thing. I prefer Serie A, but at the end of the day, it's heading that way. It's going to be either Liverpool, Man City, Man United. My tip is going to win the league. But what a season the Premiership is at this moment in time. So yeah, I'll agree with you there, Liam. It's turning into that. I'm still waiting on Ollie to come back on to me show. And Scott Hutt said, hi, John, loved the stream yesterday. Yeah, that's what I've done. The press conference reaction, and I've also went on Sharky's stream as well, which I really enjoyed. And I'm hoping to go back on again. And I'm going to try and get him to go back on and stream again as well, which would be fantastic. So if you please subscribe to us and like and leave a comment down below. And I'm still waiting on Ollie to come back on. But while he comes back on, I just want to talk about Steve Bruce. Now, I don't know if anyone listened to the press conference on Friday. He got very, very defensive when he was asked a question as he lost a player at the dressing room. And he said that you're asking the wrong person. But it's just, he knows he's lost the dressing room. The players do not want to play for him anymore. And it is so frustrating when you've got a manager like Steve Bruce trying to take us down. And results kind of went against us today because Brighton won the day, West Brom won the day with 6 points on the drop zone. And again, we need to be careful now because if we don't start winning games soon and other teams pick up, then we'll be absolutely stuffed. Once at the bottom 3, it'll be gone. And Liam said, hi, Liam. I'd never listened to his press conference. It's worse than listening to Boris Johnson, yeah? Do you know what it is, Liam? I'd rather listen to Bianca Westwood idea rather than listen to Steve Bruce in 2 minutes. Do you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, if Steve Bruce was Prime Minister, I emigrate. I absolutely emigrate of his country. I really would. Still waiting for Ollie to come on to me show. He's having internet problems. And talking of that, there he is. Ollie!
Hey. Sorry about that.
Goodness, sorry, man. I was just hoping that you lost the internet connection there. So, sack your internet provider. That's all I'm going to say, yes.
But yeah, back now.
Back again, baby. Back again. Hey, I was going to say that I think Liam's asked a very good question. You said about Joe Linton, and we got a guy go through the comments again, and Gunnar Rich. is asking Joe Linton sounds about as bad as Pepe, but we paid £22 million for him.
Pepe, we overpaid. He's probably a £35 million player.
Yes.
That's what he is. I mean, we had a guy called Raul Sanlehi. He was kind of our man in charge of the contracts. He got sacked. They've never really disclosed why, but the rumor is that there was some dodgy business dealings. I don't know why we paid that much for Pepe. There wasn't a bidding war. You know, they must have been doing cartwheels down the street when we put that bid in. A bit like with Joel Linton. I just don't get it. And you go and buy someone like Callum Wilson. That's the kind of person you know. It's a rock solid signing. It's reasonable money. He'll do you a job. Not some guy that's never played the league before. You know, I don't know how many good seasons Joel Linton had, but Pepe was second in Ligue 1 that season to Neymar. You know, he had goals, he had assists, but it's one good season. That's it. You can't buy a player in one season. Bad business.
Shocking, but you could have got two players that's only £2 million, right? You know what I mean? But Callum Wilson's one of them, and you could have got someone else as well. And
could have got Xhaka and Mustafi. Could have got them too. I give Willian another 3-year contract. Yeah.
Man. Chelsea done well there, didn't they? Fleeced you again, man. Evo's on the free sign. What's he on? 220 grand a week or something like that?
Yeah, about that, yeah.
A 32-year-old man. I mean, Joe Linton's on 95 grand a week, apparently, Newcastle. And it is absolutely disgraceful, man. I think he's been fleeced. He's been fleeced, man. And Scott Hartzog just read in there. Liam said that he never listened to Steve Bruce's press conference. I'd like to get back on to Steve Bruce. I don't know if you listen to the press conference or interviews. Is he the man under pressure?
Yes. In fact, Steve Bruce, again, is another... So I had a look prior to this, what Steve Bruce's record against Arsenal was. He's played us 30 times. He's won twice. He's not the kind of manager that I think will set up to beat us. I'm predicting a flat, a Mourinho style, 5 men behind, 5 minutes, flat back 5.
Back.
Yeah, see if you can get us on the counter, maybe get a corner, a set piece, that kind of a thing. But yeah, not fearing Bruce.
If I was an Arsenal fan, I would just say it's not just use, but teams know how they're going to play against us. They know exactly how we're going to play.
Yeah.
What he's done, Bruce, is copying Rafa's tactics. You know what I mean? Play far in the back, focus midfield. There's no creativity there at all. And Wilson up front. I'm not being funny, but I think Wilson will be better off getting better service in a fish and chip shop. Because you get creativity there, man, you know? This is crazy, man. It's just a joke. And I just think at this moment in time, he's getting a bit peeved off because he's not getting any service whatsoever. And I don't know if you noticed that Isaac Hayden, right? We played Sheffield United the other day, right? And Isaac Hayden went over to Steve Bruce and asked him the question, where do you want us to go? Where do you want us to be? Right? That is absolutely bad crap, that. And that's a manager to get asked a question on the pitch like that. Then you know there's something ain't right in the club.
Yeah. But that's the thing. You're kind of in limbo, aren't you? Your owner says he wants to sell, but then never takes any offers. He won't invest in the team. Your main, I don't know what your revenue's like, but with the gates being closed, I don't know what he's making at the moment out of Newcastle United or why he would want to keep them. But you need to get shot of him, and then you can start, looking up. If you think about the teams that are owned by billionaires, it's crazy. Sheffield United, one of them. Mm-hmm. I don't know how long it will take before he pushes the button. Maybe if you got relegated, he would say that's enough.
Well, if he get relegated from the club, he'll not get £340 million from the club because this is the only time he's going to get that money. And if he get relegated, the club's going to be half. So start, also, the Premier League aren't helping at all because they didn't want to take over during the first day. They don't want us to be one of the big hitters in the Premier League. They're a corrupted league. They all look after the big six. And all the others, like us, they don't care. So, at the end of the day, it's just, I just think Richard Masters is absolute joke. I think he's absolutely hopeless in his role. Do you know what I mean? But you look at other clubs being taken over before, like Leeds, Portsmouth, they've been taken over and not looked at it properly. But if the Saudis took over Newcastle, then they would do absolute big things like the new training complex where you compete. They tell us you get one of the best managers in the world, and it's crazy, man. Absolutely crazy.
That was something I wanted to ask. Actually, we're quite proud. We call them the Highland Academy. Our youngsters that have coming through that we've developed: Maitland-Niles, Emil Smith-Rowe, Balogun. These young guys, they came through the academy. They're doing really well. We haven't had to bring them in. I can't remember the last Newcastle prospect. Maybe England cap. Maybe I'm being naive, but who came through your academy of high quality?
Well, that's a good question. The thing is, no one really, but we had Sean Longstaff's came through on Rafa Benitez, and he's did really, really well under him. I thought he's going to be some player, but since he left, Steve Bruce taken over. Sean Longstaff has gone backwards. I mean, for me, he's not been playing well. He just keeps passing the ball sideways and backwards, and he keeps giving the ball away. But the talent is there. But I think he wanted to move to Manchester United a couple of seasons again, and I think his performances is just, in my opinion, his performances had not been the same. And Matty Longstaff, he should be playing in the whole role every week because he's going to be fantastic. I mean, we've got him on a 2-year deal, right? And then Steve Bruce decides not to play him until a couple months later, when he decides to play him against Man City. We all thought they took him under the bus, but every time he plays, he gives 110%. He's got the energy about him. He can pass the ball. He can run. And he's got the energy. But at the end of the day, it's just Steve Bruce again. He hasn't got a clue. And we got a young lad who came on called Anderson when he came on to sub in the FA Cup.
He looked good.
He looked good.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's only 18-year-old. And I just hope that Bruce plays him on Monday. I really hope he plays him on Monday because if he needs the games, if he comes through, we got a player in there, man. But he needs to be playing games.
Yeah.
I've got some messages here, so I'll just go over this quickly. Active Aaron, Newcastle fan. Ollie's take on Wenger is interesting. I've always saw similarities with us and Bobby. We certainly regret how he left. Interesting how he said it was the right call because Wenger got stale.
Yeah. There was a lot of pushback about Wenger, and I just think you see it in life. You see it with politicians. You get Tony Blair for 12 years, whatever it is, and people just want him to go. They just want something new. They want something fresh. Wenger was fine. If he came back tomorrow, he'd probably be fine. We'd probably finish, top 6.
I think he would.
And the players fell out of love with him. The players there was revolts. You can always tell if it's a happy dressing room. Are there a lot of leaks? That's what I ask. Are there a lot of leaks to the press, to the media? Do things come out that shouldn't come out? And that was happening under Wenger. You had Bellerin being taped on a phone, slagging him off. And I just, keep your eyes peeled for that. Maybe with Steve Bruce, like what you said, Isaac Hayden, that got leaked. Who put that out there?
Well, it'd be interesting. It wouldn't take long to find out anyway, but I can tell you that I did a live stream the other day and I don't know what's right or weird. I'm thinking that didn't sound right, sort of thing. But I'll come on to Hecky B in a minute, but just go through this quickly. I read that. And he was asking, what would the atmosphere be like if the fans were allowed back at St. James's Park and the Emirates?
Well, as an Arsenal fan, I shouldn't say it, but we're not the loudest of fans. It would be a good atmosphere. Do you know what is interesting? There's players that fans have never seen. They've never seen them play, and we've had them nearly a year. Willian, I cannot wait till the day that Willian puts in another shit performance, right? And the fans boo him, and it will be a shock because I'm not sure they know how they're perceived. You know, when Bruce is back in St James's Park, if there's a load of fans saying Bruce out, they'll soon know about it, and it might make a difference. Sometimes the crowd can make the manager change tactics. You know, it can make them say, enough is enough. I'm going to drop this guy. I'll play Longstaff, you know. I actually quite liked Carroll. I know you haven't used him much and he's an injury risk, but you should have beaten us in that game. You should have won that game.
We should have done.
If he were match sharp, if he probably had 3 games under his belt and then played us, he'd have scored them.
He would have done. No, because in the older days, he would have done it. But you're right.
Yeah.
He should have won that game. He should have won the game. But on another day, he would have put that one away. But I don't know if nerves got to him. I don't know. But we didn't win the game because of those mistakes. At the end of the day, it is what it is. We just have to move on from that. And hopefully on Monday night, when he gets a chance, if he plays, he'll bang them in. So, sorry, I have to say.
I don't mind a 4-5. As long as we win, you can score 4. Yeah, that's fine by me.
Cool, fair enough. We'll do that then. I got some more comments here. I got Geordie read something before about Arsenal being interested in Freddie Woodman. I've heard that, so I just looked at it and see that you guys are after Freddie Woodman as well. That's the number 2.
No, never. No, that's a new one to me. The main we were after a goalkeeper and a number 10. That there's the 2 positions we need. So no, not heard that one. I'm afraid.
No, okay, fair enough. And Annie, John, would you take Freddie Woodman back from loan? He has performed really well at Swansea. For me, I think he should stay at Swansea. Finished the job off Swansea, doing second at the minute, and he's doing fantastic at Swansea. And if he can get Swansea up to the Premier League, then maybe he could be going on a permanent deal. So he's getting good experience there. So I left him be because we got 2 quality goalkeepers here. Martin de Backer is another keeper that's just coming back from injury, sort of thing. So I'll leave him there. Liam again, Hayden did a similar thing against Brighton. I didn't know that one, Liam, at all. But if you've done that, it won't be the first time. It'll be twice. That's not good enough. Glory again, Cal was the last one to win an England cap and Dobbit Welsh cap. Other than that, no one. And then Liam again, Cal should go to MLS or the Australian League.
I like Carroll. I think he's a freak. I just think he's a kind of an ace. You can, well, I don't know if it's an ace, but if we, like, for example, Arsenal play a low block, we've got no one. We've got 5'9" Lacazette. We'll lump balls into, and he'll lose every day. At least Carroll can give you something. You know what I thought Carroll could do? He could do a Dion Dublin. Maybe he'll become a centre back for the last 2 years of his career. Mm-hmm. It's less work on the legs. He's fantastic in the box. He probably knows what runs a striker would make. Something that could happen, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. I mean, I think he'd do a job for Newcastle, or if anyone to next season, I think he'd do a great job at the back because he can defend. Actually, when the ball goes, he can defend.
Yeah.
Maybe if he was a bit younger, then he could take up his career as a centre back. But up front, that's what I think is best at the moment. But he cannot play every game because of his injury record. But I like Carroll. I do like Carroll, but he defies opinion. I mean, people say he should move on, and people say give him another year. For me, I would say probably give him one more year as a battle and just see how it goes and that. Because at the end of the day, I'd rather give it a draw and use that money to buy 2 midfield players. That's what we need, Ollie. We need 2 midfield players. One's got legs on, and one that creates. We haven't got a creative midfielder. This is a question for you, my guy, Liam. What are your thoughts on AFTV?
Don't watch it. But you know what? A lot of Arsenal fans are a bit snooty about it and give it a rough ride. But it creates talk. It gets people interested.
Mm-hmm.
I've got nothing against it. AFTV is not bad. There's some good clips. You know, back on what you said actually, John, about having legs. I think the reason that Newcastle don't particularly scare us, we will beat you in a run. I think we will outwork you if we have to. That's why teams like Villa, Leeds, Brighton, they give us a hard time because they work hard and they've got a lot of legs in their team, a lot of energy. And I just don't see it with Newcastle. I see it with your wingers. I see it with Almiron. And, you know, he'll work his socks off. Other than that, I can't see it.
I can see where you're coming from, Ashley. We've just got no legs, got no wingers. I mean, Almiron is a number 10. We got Jason Murphy can play on the right-hand side of the midfield. I have to play Anderson on the left-hand side. But the problem is, though, our teams, the side looks a bit unbalanced. And if you look in the midfield, Jeff Hendricks. What does he do? What does he do? I mean, we got him on the free, and I'm not being funny, but the guy is useless. Is absolutely useless.
Yeah.
I mean, he was there, he scored 2 goals, but at the end of the day, where has he been? What does he do? What's he been to the table? He doesn't. And it's people like him sort of things that get us into trouble. Do you know what I mean? So
yep.
I wouldn't have anyone in my team. No way. But again, drop me right away. So got Jody. I would rather have Gail than Carol. Okay, fair enough. Liam, will Gail go to Fulham? He's been linked to them, but I think wait till they see the end of the season. Active Alan again, talking off the Hayden thing. Remember Bruce's first game when Williams didn't even know where he was playing? Yeah, I can remember that. They chucked him on the sub, right? And also passed the ball through him, and he just kind of stood there. And that cost us the goal because Aubameyang got that first goal at St. James's. And question for you as well, Geordie, Alan Shearer or Thierry Henry?
Thierry Henry.
Yeah, I knew you'd say that.
But you know what? I love Shearer. And I find a lot of kids, you know, we get a lot of new supporters, a lot of kids under the age of 10 supporting Spurs because of Harry Kane. And you got the England number 9 or whatever, you know, you got the England captain on your team. I love Newcastle growing up because you had Shearer. I think I had a Newcastle shirt. I had a Newcastle poster of Shearer for my match magazine. But it's got to be Henry.
And the thing is as well, he's won the Champions League, but not with you, sir, but he's won leagues and cups. And Alan Shearer only won the Premier League once. And Thierry Henry, I love the guy. I think he's absolutely amazing. What he's done for the Premier League, he absolutely decorated it as well. He's got to be one of the best strikers in the Premier League history.
Yeah.
But he's Shearer top, but he'd be very close to it, like, you know. I do love Thierry Henry. I mean, you got some great players over the years, like Bergkamp, Vieira, Perez, those days. But you see, don't want to go back, you'll look at them now. And I will come on to that one in a minute. And Liam again, Alan Shearer, all-time goal scorer. Just remember that.
I like Shearer. Like Shearer.
Yay! So, let's go black and white. Tell me, let's suit you, man. But, we're going to talk about your team, the common team now. And you've got some good players there, right? But some of them, for me, I just don't feel good enough at this moment in time. Like, Hecky B, again, he looked good a couple of years ago, but I think he lost his way just a wee bit. He can't even take a forward.
Yeah. He's lightweight. I like him. I like his character. He counts as a homegrown player, even though Kieran Tierney, who's Scottish, doesn't work that one out. Hector has had, I saw a stat the other day, second most created chances for the whole of the Arsenal team, first being Tierney. So what does that tell you? It tells you our wing backs do everything. You know, we're wing back heavy. What I expect we'll do against your lot is send Hector Tierney up the wing, or Tierney if he's there. I doubt it. We'll up the wings and probably drop one of our midfielders into the back three. But Hector can go. If we get a good price for him, he can go. Maitland-Niles, yeah, he's been off the ball lately, but he does a good job. You'll see that we play him in cup finals. You know, he's a good player. But yeah, no. If you gave me 30 million, you Hector all day long.
Fair enough. I mean, he'd probably go back to Barcelona one year. And if I was an Arsenal fan, I'd just say, see you later. That's how I see it to him. Do you know what I mean? No.
Yep.
And Kiratina I keep. And another player, I think I mentioned earlier on, Pablo Mari, I'd probably be playing on Monday. I think he's a cracking player, him. For the time he's been in the Premier League, he's class.
Yeah, very good. Costa's mixed comments. Costa's something like, I think that the max we might pay for him in the end is about 12 million. But, you know, a very good player, solid at the back, does the job. You're right. He came in. I don't imagine he'll play on Monday. I think it'll be Gabriel. But yeah.
I like Gabriel as well. I mean, give him a year. Give him a couple of years and he'd be fantastic. I mean, I do like him. He's solid. I think he's strong. He's quick. And he reads the game. I mean, he could have gone to Napoli, but obviously you got him first and cracking player, him. And if you look at your midfield, you got Thomas having a party. Yay! Hey!
He'll be playing. He'll be back.
Yeah, I think you missed him in the middle. You missed him in the middle, and he's quality. Him, I do like him. 6'1". He's stronger than Knox. He's a champion player, and I take him. And alongside him, your mate Shaka. I mean, he's getting a bit. He's spitting the supporters, isn't he, Grant?
Yeah. This is the thing. So we've got about 12 players out of contract in the summer. It's going to be a massive overhaul. You know, we've had Xhaka there for a long time, and I think it gets to a point where you just need to say, is this player going to take us to where we want to be? And we want to be competing for the title. That you know, that's what we want. You guys should be wanting top 4. I know it's a big shout, but you shouldn't be accepting less than top 6. And you should say, well, look, how long have you had Dwight Gale? You mentioned Dwight Gale earlier.
Yeah.
He's been around for years. Yeah, Andy Carroll is a year younger than Nicholas Bentner. You know, what does that tell you? You know,
exactly. I know. Crazy, man.
It gets to a point where you just have to say, look, you're a squad player, but we want more. We're going to go for someone else, and you get rid of them. Mustafi, get rid of him. Özil, get rid of him. Xhaka does a good job, but we need to move away from him. He's too slow. He's not athletic. He's not what I would call a modern player. You could see Xhaka playing in the 90s. He would have been playing back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know what you mean, but I'd definitely say that if you want to win a title, you're not going to grab a Xhaka. No way. No way. Absolutely not a chance. It's like Newcastle as well. We've got players. We've still got Steve McLaren players, Rafa players, you know. We need to get shot of them. We got 12 players out of contract, like you said, end of the season. And I hope 1 or 2 will stay. The rest of them go because they just overstayed their time with the wages they're on. We need fresh blood. We need young, fresh blood in the team. We need some quality players coming in. But we need to take over first, get rid of Bruce. Then our club will be lifted off. But
do you know what? Yes. Sorry, John. So, for example, we'd be looking to loan. We're trying desperately to loan out Nelson, Willock, and Nketiah. I'd be surprised. Yeah, I think they can probably do a reasonable job at Newcastle. Not saying they'd start every game. They give you legs, give you at least. I think they make the bench minimum.
Oh, definitely, no doubt about it. I take Saka. I take Saka for you guys. No problems at all. He's class, isn't he? He's class.
He's quality.
He is quality. There's no way you're going to get him on loan. Absolutely no way. The guy's class. And I think he's going to be destined to be an England regular for the next 10 years. I like him. And I hope that also looks after him because I think he's going to be fantastic.
Same. I just don't want it to get to his head. We've had a few wonder kids in the years when, you know, Theo Walcott didn't really make it to the big time. We had Jermaine Pennant. I think we signed him when he was 16, you know. Did it? You know, I just hope he stays grounded. You know, you got players like Niall Ranger. When you had him, was he seen as like a super talent? Because he just went off the ball, didn't he?
When he first came to us, I thought he had everything. I thought, you know what? If he gets his head screwed on, if he behaves himself, then we've got a real talent on our hands. But he went way off the boil. And if you leave comment section down below, Newcastle fans, and tell us what you think now, Ranger. And my God, I mean, he just completely well off it. He was like taking drugs. I don't know if that's true or not. He got arrested for the rape. He just didn't concentrate. He's 6'2", and I spoke to someone in the gym. Our guru is like, he knows Niall Ranger. He's at Spalding now in Lincolnshire. He's playing there.
Wow. Yeah.
So he's 29-year-old, coming on 30. He could have made it, but he hasn't made it because he's at Spalding now, and he had the world at his feet, and he hasn't, and he just lost his way, completely lost his way.
Yeah.
It's a shame because he could have been destined. He could have played for England in my eyes, but that's my opinion. But unfortunately, his attitude is all wrong at the club, and that's the problem. So I've got some more comments because I'm overloaded, and I'm just quick to count of these. Liam, without being biased, who creates more noise at the Emirates, Spurs or Chelsea?
Spurs, I think. But the thing is, we'll be louder for that one.
Yes.
And they're generally quite good games. I'm not saying the Chelsea ones aren't, but you know, you're guaranteed a goal. It'd be good. I'd have to probably argue Spurs, especially with that 4-4 game we had. Jesus Christ.
Oh,
but yeah.
4-2 up, and you messed it up there. But talking of messing it up, I don't want to remind you, but I
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
there was a game, wasn't there a game? I think we were like 4-0 up against your guys.
Yeah.
We got a red card, and it's 4-0.
Diaby got sent off as well. He got sent off because Barton wound them up, and basically Diaby went for it, fell for it. That's the turning point of the game, and that's why we came back and drew 4-6. You could have won the game, you know, if Nolan would have stuck his leg out, but a cross came in and Nolan just failed to connect it, and that would have been 5-4. That would have been one of the greatest comebacks of all time. But getting back to 4-each, when the final whistle went, I think that draw was good enough as a win.
Yeah, it would have felt like a win. It would have felt like a win.
But for you lot, it was an absolute nightmare. Got Jordan here. Arsenal's got some decent youth players. We just spoke about it. Who do you think is the best of the best?
I look at their ceiling. So you got to think, well, where they're going to end up. And I think there are two levels. I think Reece Nelson, Joe Willock, Eddie Nketiah will be good players. Nothing more. You know, they'll probably knock around the lower end of the Premier League clubs for the rest of their careers, but I can't see them making it to the top tier. Smith Rowe and Saka and Martinelli, I honestly have no idea. They could go so far. If they don't get injured, they stay fit, that they don't lose their heads, you could be looking at some of the best players in the world, especially, I think, Martinelli and Saka level.
Yeah. Totally.
Really top talent.
They are, but the names just mentioned there, they are absolutely fantastic. Saka, Smith Rowe, and Martinelli. I'll tell you, I like Martinelli. I think this guy's going to be a Brazilian regular in the years to come, and he'll be a hell of a lot of money. Like you said, he gets coached right. I'm sure Arteta will do that for you. Liam, again, no disrespect to Leicester, but we're a bigger club than Leicester. That's debatable. Well, we are a big club, but Leicester's won the league we haven't. Saka will be like Zaha Crystal Palace. That's from Liam again. Jordy, Niall Ranger was seen more of a gangster. Yeah, I was going to come on to that. And Liam, Niall Ranger was taking pictures of himself holding guns. Yeah, I can remember that as well. And that really, really cost him his Newcastle career. He can't be doing that as a professional footballer. No way.
No, you can't even get a tattoo of a gun on your leg, you know.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's just, I saw Chris Hughton's a little bit, he should have been tougher on him, but he went off Wales and he was released by Newcastle. I think that's the best thing I could ever done to the club, unfortunately. So on to, I don't know if you heard of this chat called Lee Gunner. Now, I listen to Lee Gunner, he's an Arsenal fan. And the guy is absolutely, I mean, loving to hear him. I think the guy's great. I think the guy's great. He says how it is. I don't know if you heard of him, Lee Gunner.
No. What's his name?
Lee Gunner.
Lee Gunner. Okay, I'll look him up.
And he is absolutely fantastic. He pulls no punches. He says how it like it is. If there's one guy I love to interview on the chat, and that's Lee, because he says how like it is, and he speaks sense. I love the guy, and whether you love him or hate him, he defies opinion. But I do like Lee, and especially when things don't go right for Arsenal, he just says how it is. So I was going to say, how often are you season ticket holder, and how often when do you support Arsenal?
Oh, good question. So I supported Arsenal since probably 27 years now. No, I've moved around a lot. So I'm not a season ticket holder. But what I do is I'm in a group where we share a season ticket. So, you know what I mean? So, because I work shifts, so I'll try and get maybe 6-7 games a season at the Emirates. And then obviously if we've got a cup game, go to as many of those as possible. But yeah. How about yourself?
Think so. I got a season ticket, but I haven't been, and I will not go back until Mike actually sells the club, because at the end of the day, I want to see my team with ambition. I want to see a team that's full of ambition. I want to see my team go for it. But I feel, as well as his owner, I just don't think it's going to be ambitious for me. So I think if he's not going to invest, why should I invest?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I mean, I want to see my team challenging for things. I want to see them grow up. I'm not asking for the title. I'm not asking for the top 4. But at least go for top 8. We've got a fantastic fan base at Newcastle, right? We are amazing. Absolutely amazing. And the fans deserve better than that.
Yeah.
And Mike actually has destroyed everything at the club. I mean, he wants to sell the club. He wants out. We don't want him. We want him gone. And he can do his best to sell the club. He definitely wants to sell the club. There are Saudis, the player, PCP. And the Premier League are in the way yet again. And Nick DeMarco, Ashley's lawyer, is going to try and take the Premier League into court, make sure the takeover does happen. And the Premier League don't want that. Don't want to go to court to save the face. So at the end of the day, if it comes to the court case, I think the Premier League will actually give in and say, look, you know what? I'm not going to have this. If you want to take over, you've got to take over. And that's how it is. But I know you've got problems here and Stan Kroenke as well. And he doesn't want to spend the money. I mean, he's a billionaire, right? He spends all much time at LA Rams, but not with Arsenal. Why? Why is he not spending the money?
Yeah, no, it's a good question. So, do you? Yeah. So, why do you think Ashley owns Newcastle? Do you think that that's a status thing? Because, I mean, our owners, the Kroenkes, they just buy sports clubs. That is what they do. They've got they don't care if it's Arsenal. They could have bought any team. Arsenal was just a team that they probably thought they could invest in. And they just tick it over to, you know, I don't ever see them pouring hundreds of millions into our club to make it great. They just don't care. All they care about is their bottom line. And I don't know what it is with me and with Ashley. I don't see why he still holds on to it. But yeah.
Well, obviously, like Ashley's system, I mean, he brought the club in 2007 for £134 million. And he thought he can make a quick killing at the club. So he was by the club and then tries to sell it on for a huge profit. What he didn't do, when you buy a club, you have to do due diligence. to check their accounts, any debts there.
Yeah.
Mike Ashley didn't do that. He just bought the club outright, thinking, you know what, it's going to be in the club. And then when he looked at the accounts, a couple months down the line, I think it was, he must be thinking, what have I bought the club for? The club's over 200 million in debt. So all he had to do, he had to get like interest-free loans to cover that debt of a further 144 million pound, I think it is. And that is interest-free loans. And he got stuffed, absolutely stuffed. Serves him right because he doesn't deserve that. He deserves to be caught because he tried to rush him by the club. When he bought the club, from great. He's a billionaire. He's got all the things in sports direct, and he's got to compete. It's not like that. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
they say you spend a lot of money. You spend money than we do. You know what I mean? That's why you got Champions League for the last 20 years, and then last couple of seasons haven't made it. So, absolutely. When Ashley bought the club, I just think, you know what? If you don't want to compete, Mike, just sell up and go.
Yeah.
And he's been trying for that for 14 years, sell a club, and he still cannot sell it. And the reason he cannot sell it is because he wants too much money. But he's got a good offer, £340 million out of the club. And if he gets that, well done. But if you get relegated this season, Ollie, he will not see £340 million again, ever. I mean, ever. But I've got these comments here. I think I've got one from Liam there. He said, do you go to away games?
Yeah.
You do? Okay. And also said, I up the lads, come on, you've got ours. And I'm not going to read the rest of that, but you know what? Not much. And I said, first time I Ashley wanted to buy Ipswich once he sells us. I don't know anything about. I want to tour me. I hope he does. If he does the club, I hope he buys it. No, I don't care which club he buys. As long as he gets that Newcastle United football club. And then we've got why not sell up Stan, sell Arsenal.
Yeah.
Sell. And that's what you need.
It's what I mean. There's similarities. You want an owner that's got a bit of desire about the club. Chelsea's funny. I thought Abramovich, I really thought he was going to sell. I thought he was going to get out, and he just seems to have done a 360 and put a 180, sorry, and gone and put 300 million quid in. Kroenke could do it tomorrow. Kroenke's worth probably 7 billion. His wife owns Walmart. She's worth God knows how much. It could be done.
Definitely, because at the end of the day, I mean, Arsenal's a sellable club. I mean, if you get like billionaires come in, I don't know what your club's going to be worth, but it could be billions and that. That club will sell within probably a month or so.
Yeah.
And if you can get ambitious owners, sort of thing, I don't know, just going back. There you go. If you get ambitious owners who want to buy the club and kick on, I think Arsenal can compete. Because for a club like your size, I think your club does compete because you've got a fantastic club at the Emirates. I know the atmosphere is not the best, I'm not going to lie, but at the end of the day, you've got a fantastic club there. And I've got Liam again, Dan Coggan won't sell Arsenal, like the Glaziers, won't sell Man U.
They've got no reason to. And the thing is, how many buyers out there at the moment are gonna risk it? It's sports entertainment, isn't it? Can't get crowds in, you can't get fans in.
No, you're right.
It's the worst time for if they were looking to sell, they'd take a hit. So, you would just have to wait.
You have to. You've got no fans coming in the stadium. The stadium's got no fans coming in the stadium at all.
No.
And that is another disadvantage as well. So crazy, man. It's just that. And if you please like and subscribe to me and also to Ollie as well. Be very much appreciated. So, but you're right. I mean, they're not going to buy the club at this moment in time, but the Saudis definitely buy us. But I'm in the club sort of thing, which is not the best. I'm just going to show you something as well, if you don't mind. Okay, and I'll look at this. This is Newcastle's record this season. Yeah, and if you look at that, I'm going to read out to the viewers as well. Newcastle 19th in the Premier League on touches, 15th in the Premier League on tackles, 18th on clean sheets, 19th on the passes and 20th in through balls. You know what it is, Ollie? I know you're not a Newcastle fan, but look at those stats. It's a very, very poor record, mate.
Yeah. Well, how do you think you're going to set up against us? Who? What do you know? What starting 11 you might go with?
Well, Steve Bruce at the press conference the other day, right, yesterday, and he said that he's going to do things his way because the players have been too comfortable. He said he's going to take the gloves off, chuck the grenades in, right, and he said he's going to do things his way. So when he says that, I want to see him play 4-2-3-1 or 4-4-2. Unfortunately, he's going to play exactly the same thing. 5 in the back, 1 midfield, 1 up front. He's going to do that. So I cannot take this guy seriously. So for me, I'd say 4-2-3-1, but he's going to play 5-4-1 again. So I don't know what to say, but I just cannot trust this manager. I cannot. But if he plays 5-4-1, then I tell you something, we'll get beat. Because I think everyone's playing that formation since batting over.
Yeah, I think he will. And I get visions of Joe Linton up front, completely stranded with no one 20 metres near him. And I just wonder how you'll play against us because we when we attack, we leave 3 at the back. You know, that's what we do. And I just can't see. Yeah, if you play a low block, it will be quite a similar outcome, I think. And this time, it's quite hard to reflect on what the score will be. We both play teams that might not play on Monday, so we're almost going to have quite a different side to the one you faced. So it will be interesting, you know.
I agree with you. I really do. Because at this moment in time, I mean, I can never tell what who's just going to play. I mean, he may play Julian up top. He may play Amir on the back as a 10 role, probably on the wide role. And I think Steve is going to pick a team that's going to play for damn reputation. Like, he's going to put the players in, knowing they cannot beat you. And that's a shame because I want him to go out there, have a go at Hughes. Have a go at Hughes, take your tears, fight. If you don't win the game, but have a go, like I said earlier, I'll praise them. But I don't feel confident going into the game on Monday. I really don't.
No, we're fragile at the moment. We've won a few games, but they've not been, other than the West Brom game, they've not been decisive. If you went at us, didn't show us any respect, and as I said, just ran, put your energy on, put young guys on, run at us, I think you'll stand a better chance. Yeah, I that's all I can think. We will attack with our wing backs. You might be able to get around us on the edges. If you've got some fast-paced wingers, you could cause some damage, but we'll see.
Yeah, I'll agree with you. Let's hope that that's been the case, sort of thing. But I mean, your back four is not the strongest, I must admit. But that's down to Steve Bruce to get our players to attack you. If he does that and allows you to do it, then we could have some joy. Mirams is Pierce and Callum Wilson's got Pierce up front as well. So hopefully we get some joy there. You know what I mean? But I've got some comments there as well. Go through these quickly. KSD also wants to much money. 4 billion, I think, because Usman off the 3.2 and KSD he jetted it. Correct. And God help. Go on.
No, it was a long standoff for ages. They wouldn't let Usmanov on the board. They were constantly trying to buy each other out, and in the end, Kroenke's won over. But I don't know what they would value it at today. I wouldn't pay 4 billion for it, and I support Arsenal. So yeah.
That's a lot of money in this climate, in this climate as well. You know what I mean? But if you're on a lottery and double the money, then cool. But I wouldn't pay 4 million today. Not this time. Nobody's got the fans not going to come back until this game. But and I've got some more concerns from Liam. Steve Bruce said we'll play attacking football when he arrived. I've heard that. He hasn't done it yet, and he's been there for 18 months. I think the guy is an absolute fraud. and he spent 2 things off at us. I'm not going to call him Steve Bruce, I'm going to call him Steve Churchill. Remember Winston Churchill? I'm going to call him Steve Churchill for now because the guy is an absolute clown. He really is. And why not said everyone has a plan so they get smacked in the mouth. All right, he's get pumped and pammed 4-0. And that could very well happen on Monday.
It could do. I don't. Yeah, we haven't blown away teams. That West Brom game was probably the best game we've played since Fulham at the start of the season. We're not. I don't expect us to blow you away. I expect a boring game. Probably settled 2-0.
I would say it's going to be 3-0, mate.
You reckon?
I think it's definitely going to be 3-0 because I've just got a feeling that it's going to be one of those games where you're going to come frustrated and then you find a win in the end. It may take you probably to the second half. We probably hold out for 0 in the first half, but second half you just got to find a way. And once you score the first goal, I think we get a couple more. Because our back five. I mean, you're going to play back five. You have to play 2 wing backs. You have to get 2 wing backs bombing forward. We ain't got that. I mean, Yedlin can, but Paul Dummett, the left back, I'm afraid he cannot do it, and that's a shame because
Yedlin's quick.
He is.
He's quick.
He's very quick. I mean, he's good going forward, but sometimes his distribution is quite poor. He cannot cross, but against Leicester, he did 2 fantastic crosses, but unfortunately, he didn't get the end of it. So, and I do like Yedlin, but I think he'd be on his way in the summer anyway, to be quite honest. He wants. I think Seattle wants him.
Oh, really? All right.
They want him. I think it's 2 weeks ago. They were going to make a good offer for him to come back home, and I think he probably go away in the season because Steve Bruce has come out and said that they're offering a new contract. I've not heard that, but there you go, and see what happens. And it'd be interesting, but like I said, he's one of the 12 players could be out of contract at the end of the season, and you just have to wait and see what happens on that one. So, why not again? I reckon it'd be 0-0, 1-0 to the Arsenal.
Could well be. It's not the FA Cup. You don't have to win. You don't have to play for a win. You can sit there all day long if you want. You know, take a 0-0. Brucey will probably be happy with that.
Yeah. No, you're right. But, you know, like you said, low blocks here, low blocks there. I think you need to be patient. I think you find a way. But we can't sit back for the whole of 90 minutes defending all day. We can't do that. Man. But, like I said, I don't know what to say, but I just want the players do their own thing, play for the fans. You don't play for Bruce, please do it for the fans. At the end of the day, you're playing for us and start do your thing. I got Brody again. What do you think of Bruce referring to his players as after each time? I don't know if you heard that in the press conference yesterday.
No, what did he say?
Well, Craig Hope asked him a question about the way he's been playing, right? And he's basically saying that they've been absolutely big in chat the way they play football, right? And then he said the players are comfortable, right? But now I'm going to do things my way only. So he's basically saying, he's taking the gloves off, he's going to say, right, we're going to play attacking football for the fans. That's what he's basically saying. And also, he had a slight dig at Rafa Benitez as well. And the fans again. And you can't be doing that.
Do you think do you think he's lost the dressing room?
Yes, he has. No question about that, because the players do not want to play for him anymore because of his tactics and the way he's set up to defend. You're so ultra defensive, and the players are not very happy. You got players. I mean, we bought him 3 players from the summer. Jamal Lewis is attacking wing back, left back. Callum Wilson is an attacker as well. Ryan Pierce is an attacker as well. We have got good players at the club. The problem is, Steve Bruce is holding them back. He's telling them to play defensive football. Don't go over the halfway line. Just sit back, hold your line, and go for the counter attack. But Steve Bruce is not an attacking manager. I never wanted him in the first place, you know.
Nah.
And that's why we're in massive trouble. And if he doesn't go by February, I feel he's going to get relegated. And at this minute, we're 6 points clear for relegation, and it does not look good.
Well, what would be the solution? We're in January.
Yeah.
Have you got talk of any players coming in, going out?
Well, it's after a couple in a minute. Brandon Williams thing's been mentioned, left back for Man U, but Man U, they're not going to let him go. But we tried to get that Chelsea player. Is it? Is it Tamari? Whatever his name is, the Chelsea centre back.
Which
Tamari.
one?
Is it Tamari? The Chelsea centre.
Oh yeah. Tamori. Yeah.
Tamori.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Newcastle wanted him as well, but he could be gone off to AC Milan on loan instead. So
because you wanted Holding from us, we nearly sent you Holding, didn't we?
On the season-long loan, you did, aye, but he was told by Arteta that he can't go because he's short on the back because he had some injuries or something, didn't he? So
he's been great for us. £2 million, brilliant bargain.
Good player. He's a good player. He has improved a lot. He has some good games. But he has some repo games where he's points to back up again. I think he's a good player, good defender.
He can defend if you tell him, right, protect your box, don't move. Solid, like a solid defending, he's excellent. As soon as you get a bit of movement around him, he doesn't know what he's doing and he can get lost. So I mean, make of that what you will. That's why I said if you start running, if you get around him, he will struggle.
That's the thing. So let's hope Callum Wilson just gets some joy against him. You know what I mean? And I can't see it. You just never know. But I think Rob Holding will improve all the time, and let's hope that after Monday night, I'll switch him all the best, and I hope he does succeed. And if you look at front, you got Aubameyang. He's just not since a new deal. He just hasn't been scoring the goals. Is his confidence gone or?
We were worried. His body language was terrible, and we thought, does he regret signing that contract? Does he actually want to be there? But I think he was just miserable because he wasn't scoring, and strikers want to score goals. So I'm not too worried about him. I think he's had a bad, he's had a bit of a bad run. But no, I think he'll come back. What worries me is that his age and the age curve, when he'll start going downhill, is he going to lose his pace, which is kind of his secret weapon? And then you think, well, he's not a versatile striker. He's not someone that can play another way. It's a bit like Vardy. Vardy is a freak of nature who's just kept his pace. So we'll see whether he'll be the next Ozil. And in a year and a half's time, we want to get rid of him, and he's on 300 grand a week, and we're stuck with some guys who's ancient. It does worry me.
It does, so that's a shame because he probably thinking, you know what, I'm going to sign for this money, sort of. I don't care about the clothes, sort of get the money, sort of thing. That's a shame because I do like Aubameyang. I think he is absolutely decent. He can play wide as well, but for me, I think he's best playing at front, not wide. I think he's wasted there. But at the end of the day, I mean, I hope he bangs in the doors, but not against us, obviously.
I wouldn't worry. He hasn't scored a lot lately. So yeah, don't worry about him. The one you want to watch, weirdly, is Lack of Threat, or Lacazette, as we call him.
Yeah.
He's in form, and I just think he plays well with Emma Smith-Rowe and Saka around him, Partey coming back. I actually think it could be a good game for Lacazette, but we'll see.
Yeah, let's hope so, and let's hope gets back to form after the game against us, sort of thing, But I do like Lacazette. I think he works hard for the team as well, and he has his off days, but when he's on it, and I think he's a good player on the time. I've got one here for you as well. I do like Jamal Lewis. He's a great going forward, good technical ability, backs of energy. I will not mind him at Arsenal. What about you?
Yeah, he's a good player. Is he tested at the right level though? That's all I would say. And I wouldn't want to get rid of Bellerin to bring in Jamal Lewis, so to speak. I look at the modern fullbacks. You look at Man City, Liverpool. Who have they got? They've got bombing forward centre backs that are probably better going wing backs, better going forward than they are defending.
Yeah.
And we seem to have that with Bellerin. And I wouldn't want to, if we lost Bellerin again, as I said, he sets up so many chances. I'd want a wing back that I thought could get 10 assists a season. That's the modern football game.
Yeah, like I said, at times I do like a little bit like Bellerin, but at the end of the day, sort of thing, I think he can be a little bit consistent for me for what I've been watching. But yeah, I think, he needs to get that form back soon as well. But if he gets that form back under Arteta, I think it'd be fine. So this is what I talked about Craig Hope, right? Remember I told you about Steve Bruce, about the press conference. There's a comment here. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it? You can see it. The Craig Hope's comment on the...
Oh, yeah.
So, and I don't know if you can read it, but he's basically saying we was absolutely frigging hopeless the other night. Absolutely shite. I've let them be comfortable, but the gloves are off now. I'm going to do it my way. And all the comments on the Twitter message from Steve Bruce, they're all cussing. Everyone's cussing me. And the fans are not happy whatsoever. So,
see, but that doesn't sound like Steve Bruce. That's not the way he normally speaks. So I wonder if he's under severe pressure.
He is.
Have you heard him say things like that before?
To be honest with you, I don't think I have. I don't think I've seen like this before. But the thing is, when it comes to a big club like Newcastle, right, you expect that, and if you don't perform, you don't play the players in the correct positions, and they're not happy about it, of course you're going to get it wrong. But the game against Brentford, where we lost 1-0, our local journalist, Ollie asked him a legal question, right? And Steve Bruce just gave him a one-word answer. And
really?
Then, he gave him a one-word answer. And then the press officer quickly, he's asked me another question, and the press dismissed it very quickly. They've gone somewhere else. And I tell you what, the fans aren't happy.
Do you know what? Reacting like that, it actually gives me more confidence for the game now.
Yeah. I will be I'll be as well, man. I'll be confident as well, because at the end of the day, I mean, I'll be laughing at that. But he's come out and saying some gaffs there, like throwing grenades, and the gloves are off. He's basically saying, right, you know what? If the fans will see attacking football, they're going to give him attacking football. But if we get beat, then he can't be blamed for it. That's basically what he's saying. So he's telling the fans, keep your mouth shut. I'll give you what you want, and that is it.
Yeah. But on the other hand, at least he's listening. Thing is, if you start slagging the players off, are you doing it to get reaction out of them because they're lazy? Or are you doing it because you're telling the board, it's January, I want some money, I want to sign some players, they're not good enough? So for me, I'd like to know what he's trying to get at with it. Is he genuinely not happy with the players, or does he want money to buy his own people?
That's a good question there. I think he's not going to get the money from Matt Gash in January, because if you're going to bring in players, it's going to be our loans. But for me, I think it's down to money. I think it's down to the lack of quality at the club at the end of the day. That's why he didn't pick Almiron. He's not a big fan of Almiron, to be fair. All he wants at the club is graft, that sort of thing. Someone's going to work hard, grafters, and that's it. No skill, but set pieces maybe, and just defend properly. We've only kept 2 clean sheets our season. Newcastle, 2 clean sheets.
Wow.
That's all. West Ham away, which I think has been a good performance, and Crystal Palace away. And all the other games, we have not kept the clean sheets, and that's the problem. So there's clearly problems at Newcastle. very clearly, because the players don't want to play for Bruce. They love the club, they don't want to play for Bruce. And this is why the players have not performed for him. They just don't want to be there.
Mm.
And that's the problem. Steve Bruce now has got a problem. Mike Ashley should be looking at this and thinking, you know what? I've got to sack him because his results hasn't been good enough. We've already won 6 games in the last 26. I had a tweet off someone yesterday.
Wow.
6 wins in 26.
But why are we still giving people like Steve McLaren, Steve Bruce chances? There's so much young talent out there. I just don't get it. I don't get why they don't give people chances. Wayne Rooney's just got the Derby job. Arteta's first ever job is at Arsenal. Newcastle could have done that. Newcastle could have tried somebody else young with new ideas. You could have taken Scott Parker, who seems to be, he's doing okay at Fulham at the moment, you know. Yeah, maybe Bruce will go. Maybe he knows it. The way he's speaking, he seems to think that he isn't under threat, and maybe he wants money, which makes him think he wants to stick around.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, I'd love to see a young manager come into Newcastle, give him a chance like a Steven Gerrard. You got managers like Thomas Franks doing wonders at Brentford, and you also got some managers out there. I mean, I would have gone for, because I watch a lot of Italian football, I would have gone for Roberto De Zerbi. A lot of people haven't heard of him, but I would have gone for him. But he's happy at Sassuolo, and I think he'll go to another Italian club if he does leave the club. But there are managers out there, man. I mean, Patrick Vieira just been sacked to Nice. I'll give him a chance, you know.
Who was your interim? Was it Hayden?
Hayden,
no.
No.
Mullins.
Mullins, that is at Watford.
No, did you have an interim between Bruce and Rafa?
No, not at all. I mean, Steve McLaren got sacked, Rafa Benitez took over, and then when Rafa left, Steve Bruce came in a couple of weeks later.
And there was no one in between?
Neil Redfern took over for 3 seasons, and then Steve Bruce came in. And that's the thing. But I want a young manager. Thomas Frank would be great. Eddie Howe would be great, but I don't think he'll come. Nigel Pearson, I'd take until the end of the season. I'd take Nigel Pearson at the end of the season, and I'll tell you what, he'll play players in the right positions and that, and he won't take any crap from the players at all. End of the season, keep us up. After that, he can go.
Just take Duncan Ferguson. He'd make some changes.
I'll tell you something. Duncan Ferguson came up. I think he had Mike Ashley for breakfast. I don't think what Ashley doesn't want, he does not want a manager that has too much power.
No. And
that's why Rafa Benitez left, because of that very reason. He wants like a puppet, like a yes man. It's going to do us toward like Steve Bruce. Steve Bruce was the 11th choice for that Newcastle job. 11th. And he begged out CEO Lee Charnley and said, look, I'll take the job, you know? And he's 11th choice, and he begged the CEO, I'll take the job. So he left Sheffield Wednesday to move on to Newcastle, which I did not want at all. And when he was announced as manager, you know what? I was just absolutely speechless. I was just really burst into tears because the club is just absolutely knackered. It's absolutely screwed. We got Mike, you got an owner, you don't want to spend the money, you want out. You got a manager who's hopeless. We got a chief exec. He's probably going to communicate with the fans beginning of the season. And we never heard diddly squat from him. So the clubs itself, the way the club's being run is an absolute joke. You know what I mean? It's only Steve Bruce who here. We don't hear from Ashley. We don't hear from Lee Charnley. The only person we hear from is Bruce. And he clearly says he's been speaking to the CEO twice, 3 times a day. I don't believe that for a second. But I've got some comments here. I got why not again? Now, I would love to have Jamal Lewis as backup to the captain, Kieran Tierney. Albert's poorly up front in the English league. Lacazette is better suited in rigorous work and playing rule and striking English football. Different. Okay, cool. And then same person said, Ollie's Allenton Maximan. John, is he still alive or way on leave? He's back now. He's back at Newcastle and he's going to be kept up regularly because he's just recovered from COVID, if you believe the news and that. But with Ollie, with ASM, he had a bus stop with Steve Bruce about a couple months ago, right? He's supposed to board a plane and he's told to go home. He had a bus stop with Bruce. So people say he had a bus stop with Bruce. I think he had a bus stop with Bruce because he had COVID, but I think it's deeper than that. He just don't know. He just don't want to play for Steve Bruce.
No, we normally say they've got a back injury. And it means they're out for 3 weeks. Mesut Ozil's back. My God, I need the name of his chiropractor because he'd always be fine again 2 weeks later. So Maximin, do you know what? For him, he just needs to slow it down. Like he reminds me quite a bit of Sylvain Wiltord in a way, like running around with his head down, going nowhere. He's got a lot of talent. That boy. I think it's quite sought after when you guys purchased him. I can't remember if we were looking at him as well, but yeah.
I mean, the thing is, if he works on his final ball, I mean, he's got the attributes, he's got everything there, but the final ball, if he can get the final ball right, it'd be fantastic. But at the minute, he needs to look on the final ball, and a lot of people don't see that. But I like to see the bigger picture at this moment in time. But if he gets his final ball right, he'll be a player. But he's quick, he's dribble, he's got skills, done a lot. The final ball, but I do like him. But
would you ever play him up front? Would you ever play him as striker?
Nah, for me, the left side midfield is his game. He can play either flanks. I don't want him as a 10. I do not want to see him as a number 10. But he's got to play on the left hand side. Fast position. That's what I want to see him at.
What if his final ball's sloppy, but he's got skill, he's got pace. I actually don't think finishing is that difficult if you can get in the right position. I wonder what he would look like as a centre forward, as a striker.
Yeah, that's a fair shout, really. I think I like to see him as a centre forward and see what he does. But maybe at the end of the season, first year for relegation, I'll play him there. Why not? And see what he does then. And if he produces, I'll play him up front. Why not? But he likes to run with the bar, and I think Wigan's his best, but you never know. But I see where you're coming from. Man. But we have to see on that one. And Geordie again, should we see like Michael Carrick instead of Steve Bruce? I don't think he leave Man United. What has Carrick done to serve the Newcastle job? Exactly. Geordie Ben Dawson and Neil Redfern for a short time. That's before Steve Bruce. And why not Settlement again? Pullers out of the job, so it's Bilic. Well, Bilic has gone to China anyway.
Yeah, so I heard that. Yeah.
And Eddie Howe is available. But I don't think he'll come to Newcastle. And Philip Koku, no thank you. Derby. And no, I wouldn't do that. Before I wrap this up, right, and we've been for quite a long time, and just a couple more questions. What do you think the prediction's going to be? What do you think it's going to be on Monday?
I really hope it's not boring. I just want goals. I don't think it will be. I really think 1-0, maybe 2-0. I think you'll concede, but whether you'll get one against us, I'm not sure. We are actually quite good defensively. We're not that leaky. And I just don't think Bruce will play it the right way. If I see you coming at us, bombing forward, I'll be nervous. But if you try and just sit back or play passing the ball around, I think we'll win comfortably. So I'm going to stick with 2-0.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm going to stick with 3-0 for you guys. I really do, because I don't think Steve Bruce will change anything. He won't. It's still going to be 5-4-1, and it's just going to be the same old dross under Steve Bruce, if I'm honest with you. But I'm going to say 3-0 to you. I think Lacazette will get 2. and I think Saka will get the other. I hope I'm wrong, but at the end of the woman's time, and I do like Saka, man. I think he's a cracking young lad. But all I can say is sort of thing is just hope the best team win. If you leave a comment down below, if you'd like to subscribe to my channel and Ollie's channel as well, which is Ollie.
I'll put a little link on afterwards.
Yeah, please do. And I'll get you followed on, I'll subscribe to you as well, mate, on YouTube as well if you got one. So I've got 208 and 210 in a minute. So I'm loving it. I'm loving this kit. Do you know what I mean?
Good. It's good fun, John.
It certainly is, man. I'm going to keep doing it, man. I want to get that folds. I want to get a folds on there. Like, so I'll do me super chats if I can do super chats. And, you know, because the thing is that I can't go live until I get 1,000. But what I've noticed, I've got my Apple Mac and I can go straight into it. But I've got one more here. John, what about a front four of Jamal, Wilson, Max, and Almiron? That's not going to happen, I'm afraid. That will not happen because Steve Bruce will not play that way. He just won't. But you're right. The Lux, I could say 2-0. And where do you think you're going to finish at the end of the season?
Do you know what? Everyone is so inconsistent. I think we'll probably finish a disappointing 7th. I really do. I think there's 6 teams in the league better than us quite easily. Arsenal are now in the area of Wolves, Southampton, Everton. We're that level. We're not Man City, Man United. And I think Leicester and Spurs have firmly kicked us out the top 5. So no, I think we'll finish 7th. What about you lot?
If Steve Bruce steers to the end of the season, we'll be relegated. But I'll make a bet on it now, right? But Steve Bruce will be sacked after the Everton game.
Wow, okay.
He'll be gone after the Everton game, guaranteed. Because the reason being, because if he gets sacked after this game, the new manager's going to come in and he's going to ask for money. And actually won't do that. But after when the transfer window was shut in January, I think Bruce will be gone after Everton. Because I can't see us win another game under him. I just cannot see it.
Where's Kevin Nolan at the moment?
I think he's at West Ham.
I think he is as well. Yeah, he's like assistant
David
coach,
Moore.
isn't he? But he's not ready. But that's one to watch in the future. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, if he gets up, he's got managerial experience in Notts County, hasn't he? So and then he went to, I think he went to Leighton Orient, and then I think he joined David Moyes at West Ham. So unless he's gone to West Brom with Sam Allardyce, but I swear he's at West Ham.
Yeah, I think he's at West Ham. He was at least a few weeks back.
I'll definitely find out. So if I find out, and then I'll let you know, and I'll just send you a tweet or something like that, and see if I'm right, and I'll show you. But I'll say you're going to finish. For me, I'll say you're going to finish 7th season.
Good, yeah, about the same.
I think you will, because at the end of the day, you need Champions League football, and I just don't think you're ready for it just yet.
No.
You got the ability. You got the ability there. You got the talents. You got the capability. But this season, you started poorly. And that's the problem.
We've got quantity, not quality. You know, we've got 9 centre backs, and I only think one of them is truly a top 4 centre back, and that's Gabriel. And that's your problem. It's the same with our midfield. There's a lot of there's no one there of super quality, and that's the problem.
Yeah. That's the thing. I mean, and Mari as well as a quality centre back. So when he gets fit again, him and Gabriel will be fantastic to get that sort of thing. David Luiz, I think, to me, sometimes he's good, sometimes he's bad. He's a bit inconsistent. I think he'd be a great backup for your team. And I think he'll stay at the end of the season. I really do think that's because I think he likes the club. And for me, your player of the season so far is Kieran Tierney, by a country mile. Because I do like him.
Tierney and Saka, fantastic.
You got that left side sorted out there.
That's what, but most of our attack is down that left. So whoever your right back is, they better be in for a good game.
Yeah, And on that side, I mean, we got Johnny Edlin on that side. We got Jacob Murphy on that side as well. So if that's a max man, him against Taylor would be fantastic. That would be one hell of a battle. But ASM will be playing yet. Not for another couple of weeks yet. But there you go. Listen, it's been fantastic chatting to you, my friend.
Lovely. Thanks, John.
We've got to do it again because I'm going to make sure you go come on my channel again. You must, because you sound interesting. You know what you're talking about. And when you saw Joe, you're definitely coming back. And we've got to do it again. And if you could, like I said, you can please subscribe to my channel. It's John Sinclair. And also, please smash the likes up. And also, just subscribe and leave a comment down there. And I'll go do another content as well soon. I was going to do a match live watch along on Monday, but I'm on a different channel for that one. So I've got another channel to go to tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, NUFC Iceman. And I've got to do a live match watch along between Liverpool and Man United. So that'll be a good game.
That will be.
And who do you think's going to win the league?
Liverpool. Just.
I say Man U.
You reckon?
I say Man U.
Nah.
They've just got it. I think if they can get a defence right, if they get another quality defender at the back, then I think it could be theirs this season. But I'm not going to write Man City yet, though. I'm not going to write them off yet, though.
No, the thing is, United, they haven't got any injuries yet. They haven't got any injuries at the moment. But I think if they were to lose Rashford or Fernandez, I don't think they've got as much depth as people think. You'll see Jesse Lingard up front before you know it. It'll all go wrong.
Yeah. Jesse Lingard. I'm sorry, but no chance. No chance. I take Jesse as a pop singer up front and Jesse Lingard. But nah, not for me. I mean, he's too injury prone, and this is the thing with Newcastle. We buy injury players, do you know what I mean, on the cheap. Because last season we got Danny Rhodes on loan. Clear wasn't fit enough.
Nah.
Nabil Bentaleb, clear wasn't fit enough. Lazaro, quality player, but he's not been given a chance to boost. So we had technically had a poor January window, and boosters come out and say, look, we're going to get the players in, it's got to be better than the ones we've got. And he clearly got that one wrong, didn't he? So, because none of them's on a permanent deal. Two were crap. The other one had ability, but it's gone to Mönchengladbach, so he's doing well there. So, well, like I said, thanks so much for coming on, my friend, because I've got to get this wrapped up. And one more comment quickly before I wrap up. Rob Holding's injury prone.
He's been consistent this year.
Yes.
He can be, but I think Arsenal have got a problem through the team with injuries, and I don't know what it is, but hey ho, maybe it's bias.
It could well be, but fingers crossed he does the business after Monday's game, and do like him. And you got a good team now. I think you're going to do okay. But I was going to say we've been on here for just over an hour and a half, and I'm going to wrap this up now, but like I said, Rob, thank you for Ollie, thanks so much indeed, my friend, and thanks so much for coming on my channel, and got to do it again. And what do you do on the content? Can you just tell the viewers what do you actually do?
On the what? Sorry.
On the YouTube, did you YouTube at all?
Yeah, I YouTube, but I YouTube kind of a bit of everything, and then I'm looking to do a podcast. Football related too. So you know what? When we set that up, I'll get you involved, John. That'd be good.
Please do.
It'll be with there'll be a West Ham fan there as well. So
fantastic. I'll be looking forward to that. I mean, if you get it set up and you've got us on your channel, please, you can DM us anytime, and you can DM us anytime if you want to, and be great. And then we just get it on there, mate.
Fantastic. Thanks, John. It's been a pleasure. You too, and have a lovely weekend, and make the best you will on Monday. And thanks so much for coming to the show. All right. Cheers, mate. No, thanks so much. Bye. Right, that says Ollie, also supporter. What a fantastic guy he is. I mean, he must come to my channel again because I do think he talks a lot of sense.
So that's me wrapping up now. And if you want to contact me, it's John Sinclair. And if you go on Facebook, it's the same name. And please like and subscribe. And I'll subscribe back. But that's another one. And thanks so much for joining us today. Just two more quick ones there. Also needs a new medical team. That's why not. And the same person said, and seriously strength and conditioning coach as well. Well, I hope you do. I hope you do, man. But listen, thanks so much indeed. I'm going to wrap it up now. Until then, thanks for watching this. And until then, have a good evening. Cheers. Bye-bye.